Hi, I'm Mario Labad and welcome to Klik Celebrity Corner, where beautiful people meet and share their thoughts because every story inspires and every inspiring story must be shared. Our guest tonight is a woman who dwells into multifarious activities and careers. She's a speaker, a motivational speaker for that matter, a serial entrepreneur with businesses related to organizing events, mostly internationally recognized seminars and trainings that has something to do with personal growth and professional development, and a fashion and clothing entrepreneur as well, a distributor of health and wellness products too. With the life story comparable to Cinderella, her mission in life is to spark hope and joy and empower those around her. Friends, please welcome the CEO and co-owner of Laurus Enterprises, the Chief Managing Director of Empower Magazine, the woman behind the fashion brand Am Funtabulous, the empowered woman herself, and soon a TV host in one of the segments of Circle of Influencers to be aired on Light TV every Saturday 1:30 p.m. starting July 8. The woman who wants to follow the footsteps of the globally acclaimed host Oprah Winfrey, Miss Joana Marie Lazaro. Hi, Miss Joana. Welcome to Klik Celebrity Corner, and thank you very much for coming over to be our guest tonight.
Thank you so much. The honor is mine, Mario. Maraming salamat po for guesting me right away.
Anytime. Anyway, how's life now that you are venturing into a new chapter or a new paradigm in your life career?
Everything is so exciting. I wake up excitedly, I sleep excitedly, kaya feeling ko kulang na naman ako lagi ng tulog the past days. Because as you said, it's a new venture, it's a new activity that I am doing, and what makes me more excited about it is the opportunity being given to me para mas spread ko yung personal mission ko nga that, as you mentioned, providing joy, hope, and empowerment to a lot of people. So I think nakakatuwa kasi mas malaki na yung venue ko to actually do that.
Or shall I say, you're now in your journey fulfilling your utmost dream to be the next Oprah Winfrey?
Receiving, manifesting, sabi ko nga, lagi ko sinasabi, it is done. So the more people saying it, lalo po akong kinikilig at mas lalo po tuloy na lumalalim, alam mo, nadideepen po talaga yung excitement ko lalo with the idea that, one day, it's really going to happen. That people are going to look at me and say, uy, the Oprah of the Philippines is here.
Diba?
I'm very ambitious, by the way.
It's okay. All of us are ambitious.
As long as it's in a good way,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
I know your life is full of challenges and struggles. Now let's digest briefly the triumphs of your life into 3 segments, so we can understand fully the overview of your success story. Maybe first the so-called poverty while growing up, then the eventual climb to entrepreneurial success, and eventually your latest conquest as a TV host. So, Miss Joana, you have revealed during the press launch a few days ago that as a young girl, your family was struggling financially and you were in dire need of basic necessities in life. And that you were living in the slums, as you have revealed. At what point in your life that you told yourself, this is enough, and what you cannot bear anymore is the sufferings dealt by your family?
Yes, thank you. It's true, I grew up from the slums, and so money has always been so hard, and it has always been the major cause of fighting, especially within sa parents ko. So we were living in the squatters area sa may Commonwealth, Quezon City. And then after graduating from high school, we went to we transferred to Cavite in Las Marinas because my parents wanted to start a new life. Hopefully, supposedly. But life still was so challenging even when we already transferred. But thankfully, my parents, they always believe in the that education is so important.
Yes.
Ito yung laging ang mga naririnig natin sa na edukasyon lang ang kaya kong ipamana sa iyo, right? And I'm so fortunate because my parents believe in the power of education and that they really tried their best.
But they never finished school.
They didn't.
Okay.
Both of my parents
So
were
buti
high
naman na
school.
iba ang kanilang concept.
Yeah,
sa
maybe
buhay.
because coming from the space wherein sila mismo hindi sila nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral. And so they were hoping na yung mga anak din nila, maiba naman yung course of life by having a good education. So even though life has been very challenging financially, my parents tried their best talaga na mapadala pa rin kami sa magandang school. High school kami magkakapatid, private school pa rin. Pero hindi ito yung mamahaling private school talaga. And I even studied in De La Salle University in Cavite, pero I took vocational course at the time kasi yun lang yung kaya namin financially. So of course, I also have the goal kasi na it's enough na okay na yan kasi I really wanted to start working na rin. Earning my own money so that I can support my family because for the longest time po, nagtitinda ng isda yung parents ko, nagtitinda ng manok, kung ano yung pwedeng itinda. Pero we grew up in the, in the market. So my
Are you
siblings
the
and
eldest?
I'm the second in the family po.
Okay.
Four siblings, yes. So, we're helping our parents from time to time sa pagtitinda po sa palengke. And then, nung lumipat po kami sa Cavite, life has always been the same pa rin. So, we're helping them magtinda ng isda and manok. Ako naman po, dumating din ako doon sa point na nagtitinda na rin ako ng sa malamig. You're familiar with palamig? Yes, so because it was so, sobrang mabilis siya sa palengke. Kasi kapag open ng palengke ng mga alas 4, 1 hour, 2 hours, ubus kagad yung tinda naming palengke na palamig ng nanay ko. Kasi sobrang masarap. So, pumapasok
You miss that?
Ha?
Namimiss mo ba yun?
Nakaka-miss in a way. Kasi that's part of who I am It molded me to the person that I am right now. So yung grit, yung tenacity, yung resilience, I get it from those experiences and also learning it and seeing it from my parents as well. Na regardless of the poverty around us, they were really trying their best to give the best life to us. And relative ang best right? And pumapasok po ako sa school with only 20 pesos a day.
You have to walk going to school.
Nakakapag-jeep naman. So,
mura pa noon.
7 or 8 pesos. So, I only have 4 pesos left. And my class would start at around 7:30 a.m. Parang mga ganun. And then matatapos po ako mga 6:30 or 7 sometimes. So, whole day ako nasa school and I'm not eating anything because I only have 4 pesos.
Okay.
Right? Sometimes
Is that a daily routine?
It's a daily routine. From Monday to Friday po kasi ang class ko
No lunch?
No lunch. So, nagtatago ako sa mga kaklase ko kasi of course, lagi nagkakayayaan pag lunch, right? So, meron po akong tinatambayan kaya siguro medyo naging maayos yung grades ko kasi I have nothing left to do. Hindi pa uso ang mobile phone before. So, tumatambay lang ako talaga at ang ginagawa ko, magbasa lang ng mga notes and libro. Ayan. So, ganun po yung naging life ko. Nagtatago ako sa mga kaklase ko kasi nga napapagod na rin ako mag-explain na hindi ako gutom. Sige na, go lang kayo. Ganyan.
Every day, no?
Every day.
The same dialogue.
Because I only have 4 or 5 pesos always. Iipunin ko po yun para pagdating ng Friday, makakasama naman po ako sa kanila. At naging paborito ko po ang munggo. Little did they know, kasi yun lang po yung kaya kong i-afford. So, lagi ko pong sinasabi sa kanila, sa mga kaibigan ko na,
This is my favorite food.
This is my favorite meal. Parang kasi magtataka sila, munggo ka na naman. Parang, yeah, favorite ko kasi ito. Tsaka ang sarap, pero kahit hindi naman. So, yan. Until I was 18 years old po. And this is, I think, the height of the poverty that we were experiencing. Kami lang po ng mother ko at that time sa bahay. So my father was outside. I believe he was looking for money na mahihiraman.
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask you about that.
Yes.
Yeah. You also revealed and shared to us na one day your father came home with borrowed money for your tuition fee, but you declined it.
Yes.
Why?
At the time po kasi I already made the decision. So prior to me declining na makapag-enroll ulit ako, there was an parang fortunate event that happened, which is involving me and my mom. And at the time, dalawa lang po kami sa house kasi medyo naging magulo yung family namin, yung mga kapatid ko po. Nasa Manila yung iba nasa Bicol, nasa probinsya.
Nagwatak-watak kayo.
Yes, oo. So, parang lahat kami naghahanap ng paraan to survive at that time. And so, we have nothing left to eat. My mom didn't have any money. I don't have money as well. So, what she did, nakita po niya yung panis na kanin na nasa kaldero. And being, alam mo, I'm so fortunate, kaya tinatawag ko po siyang fortunate incident or moment in my life. Kasi doon ko po talaga napatunayan kung gaano po yung resilience ng mother ko. And I believe, doon ko po nakuha yung tatag ng loob sa kanya nakita. Kasi she demonstrated to me na life can happen, but you know what? You can still turn it around and you can still do something about it. So, niluto po niya yon, hinugasan niya yung panis na kanin, at niluto po niya yon. Nilagyan po niya ng sinison niya with salt. And then she served it. So, para siya naging lugaw. Yes, we ate it together, the two of us, because that's the best thing that we have at that very moment. And mas importante po na malamnan yung tiyan, because gutom na gutom ka na So, yun na yung meron ka, kaysa magnakaw ka or kumupit ka.
And that was all the time your father arrived?
No. Wala po yung father ko at the time kasi this was early evening to. So we ate
hapunan na niya na yun?
Opo, kasi wala kami kinain the whole day. So habang kinakain po namin yun, I wasn't looking sa mother ko because I could already feel how defeated she felt at the time. And imagine mo yung pain, the agony that you had to allow your children, your daughter at that time, to actually eat such kind of food, right? And being a mother, since she passed away 9 years ago, I've been supporting my sisters, my siblings po, and even my dad. Parang ako na rin yung tumayong nanay sa family. I could feel how painful that moment was na kailangan mong lunukin yung moment na yun na kumakain yung anak mo ng isang panis na kanin na niluto mo lang ulit para maging, ano ba tawag ulit? Presentable in a way.
But it never happened again?
It didn't, because while it was happening, while we were eating it, and she was crying silently, and I was crying silently, we're not the kind of family po kasi na naglalambingan. Hindi uso po sa family namin. We don't say, I love you. The best way for us to express our love for each other is, kumain ka na ba? Yun na yun. Ganun with the tone. So, something in me snapped. I told myself right at that very moment na I will never allow such incident to ever happen again sa akin, sa mother ko, and even with my entire family. This is going to be the last time nakakain ng panis na kanin ng magulang ko, especially ang nanay ko.
Did you cry?
I was crying silently. I was crying silently, but I didn't want to show my mom. Kasi ang sakit na para sa kanya. Tapos kung makikita pa niya ako na umiiyak, na tinitiis ko, nakakainin yung pagkain na sinerve niya in front of me. Mas lalong magiging masakit yun para sa kanya. And I couldn't let her leave na may dala-dala siyang ganun kabigat. But because I already know how heavy it felt.
Now, during that struggling period in your life, how far did you make a sacrifice for your family?
What I did po, my father was able to borrow money. So, binibigyan po niya ako ng pang-tuition fee para po. Kasi ano ka na yun second year na supposedly. Tapos 2 sems na lang dapat. But I declined. So, sabi ko, magtatrabaho na lang po muna ako. So, I went back to Manila. And thank God, yung tito and tita ko, they took me in because they have a business of their own. May hardware store sila, tsaka video okay restaurant at the time. So, they allowed me to help in exchange for my services. Babayaran nila ako, papasweldohan. And that was the turning point po na naging breadwinner po ako ng family namin. So even until now naman po, sumusuporta pa rin po ako sa family ko, but not as much as before. Kasi po nung kinasal naman ako, sabi ko talaga sa sarili ko, hindi ako ikakasal na magiging pabigat or magdadalahin ng asawa ko etong ganitong klaseng obligation because 'di ba, hindi yun tama.
Exactly. It's not of his business.
Yes,
diba?
oo. Na parang,
It's not fair.
I'm so grateful na my
Oo.
husband is very supportive and
Supportive.
kind and generous.
Uh-huh.
But ako sa sarili ko, hindi ko kayang lunukin na ipapaampon ko sa asawa ko kung ano man yung meron akong relationship and deal with my family because it's the deal that I made for my family. So it's not right na pati siya idadamay ko. Kaya medyo late na rin po talaga ako nakapag-asawa. I was 35 years old na nakapag-asawa ako.
At least nakapag-asawa ka pa rin.
Yes. And I'm married to a very awesome man na accepted me for who I am, accepted me with everything na meron ako.
No conditions.
No conditions. And
Anyway, Miss Joanna, you also mentioned that when you were working with your relative, you pursued your studies.
yes.
And what was how did you cope with the pressure going to school, working, your family, supporting your family? How was life then during that time?
It was so hard. Kasi I'm juggling 2 jobs. So sa hardware at tapos lumilipat ako sa bandang hapon doon sa restaurant. And then in between, nakapag-enroll ako sa PUP, Santa Mesa.
Secondary education.
Secondary education.
Okay.
I'm so glad and I'm so grateful kasi yung restaurant ng tita ko, pinupuntahan ng mga taga-PUP. And because of that, nakilala ko sila. And when they found out that I stopped schooling, at yun na nga, may mga few credits na ako, nanghinayang sila sobra. Sabi nila, hindi, balik ka sa school, mura lang si PUP, tulungan ka namin.
It's a state school.
Yeah, oo. So it's a state university. So tinulungan po nila ako na makapasok sa PUP and thankfully na-absorb ako or natanggap ako sa College of
Na-credit ang mga units
Education.
mo.
Yes. Actually, sobrang konti na-credit. Kaya parang bumalik po ako sa first
Kasi
year ulit.
sekretarya lang yung
Malayo po kasi. So,
Oo.
hindi tinanggap nung college na nila, na parang malayo po kasi nga.
Extra
tayo.
effort sa studies yun.
Yeah. So, I was schooling, I was juggling 2 jobs, and I was supporting my family back then. I was able to sleep probably 2 to 3 or 4 hours pag sinuswerte ako.
For 4 years yun.
For 4 years. Kasi even on a weekend, I work but it was okay. I was very intentional back then and I'm still very intentional right now. Kinakaya ko because I have a goal to fulfill. Sabi ko nga po, ambisyosa ako.
Yes,
And for my ambitions to come true, then I would have to do something about it also. I should be willing, right?
To sacrifice.
Yeah, I don't want to call it as a sacrifice because at the end of the day, it's me benefiting from everything.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm calling it parang yun yung necessary na kailangan kong gawin at that moment.
And eventually, you finish college.
Eventually, when I was 25, kasi ang nangyari po, nagkaroon ng financial crisis back then, economically. Marami pong business na naapektuhan, including yung sa Tito and Tita Emmy ko. By the way, hi po, hello Tito June and Tito Emmy, thank you so much again. Naapektuhan po yung negosyo nila. So once again, I have to stop schooling. So 3rd year college na po ako sa PUP this time. So 1 year na lang. Pero sabi ko, hindi kakayanin na mag-part-time ako right now. So pumasok po ako sa mga supermarkets, nag-promodizer ako. Meron akong isang nakakatawa.
And then you go to school then?
Nag-stop muna po ako. Kasi sa supermarket
Ilang
po,
sems?
dahil whole day siya
Ilang sems ka nag-stop?
Wait, I think mga 1.5 years din po ako nag-stop. 1 or 1.5 year, if I'm not mistaken. Kasi nung nakabalik po ako sa PUP, nakapag-aral ako, I was already 20 years old then. Tapos, one of the jobs that I took po, para akong promo ng RAID. Promodizer. Naging promodizer po ako ng RAID. Malaki po yung sweldo than the normal swelduhan at that time for the kind of job. So I took it, pero yung uniform ko may malaking ipis sa likod. So imagine mo, ilang taon na ako, 24, maarte. I've always been so maarte, ganyan. Pero may malaki akong ipis na suot-suot sa likod, but it was okay.
Ano nasa mind mo that time?
Earning money is so important for me. Providing for my family is the most important thing for me. So regardless of how I need to wear or what kind of job that I would took, as long as it is legally, morally, ethically, maayos, malinis, wala akong matatapakang tao, wala akong masasaktan, okay to do those kind of jobs. So nag-flyering din po ako. So ang dami ko talagang pinasok na trabaho. Nag-BPO po ako, nag-call center. Yes, odd jobs, as I call it also. But yun nga po, at the end of the day, the most important for me is to be able to provide. And also, masustain ko rin po yung para personal needs ko. And then I went back to school after. So I was going to school fourth year ko na po. Tapos I was in the BPO. So in the morning, nagtatrabaho ako.
Nasa BPO ka na noon?
Opo, call center siya. And then sa gabi po, kumuha ako ng another job. Nag-ano naman po ako. Nagtuturo ako sa mga Koreans ng English. Even though I'm not so good with English before. Pero kasi may modules.
So nila alam.
Yeah, may modules po kasi.
You just follow.
You just have to follow it. So, thank God I was able to finish my course po.
And you took the board exam, you passed?
2 months after.
You passed,
I passed.
but you didn't pursue teaching. Why?
I was introduced po to the corporate world.
Yes.
So I was really thinking na ang direction ko magtuturo because I was already enjoying yung nag-OJT ako.
Nag-MA ka na, di ba?
Yes, pumasok na po ako sa nagma-masteral na ako. Until a friend of mine introduced me to a company. And when I started, I took it because ang ganda po ng sweldo.
Yes.
Sabi ko, sige, okay lang. Parang, tas related po kasi siya to admin and organizational. So parang naging secretary in a way. So sabi ko, bumalik pa rin, diba? Parang ganyan. Nag-full circle in a way. And when I was there, nagkaroon ako ng another opportunity po. So, I took MBA naman. Nagustuhan ko na po yung corporate world. Yes. So, nag-enjoy na po ako. So, nakalimutan ko na po yung path ng pagiging teacher kasi I started loving the corporate world.
But you also left the corporate world with a big salary. Bakit?
I got introduced naman to entrepreneurship.
Okay. This is where
talagang connected po siya.
Yes. After you left the corporate world, that was the time you went to a work from the Lazaro's Enterprises already. No, not yet.
Not yet. It was, I got introduced to the Cash Flow 101 workshop of Laurus Enterprises. But I went first to a distribution business.
So, distributing what products?
Beauty, skincare products, anti-aging.
Maarte ka, bagay sa'yo yun.
Nag-Klik. So, andong time po kasi na yun, ang pangit-pangit po talaga ng skin ko. After using that
nasa
product...
mall ka lang naman? Ba't ang maging pangit ang skin mo?
Sa jeans then probably because my mom has that kind of skin.
Stress?
Stress also, lack of sleep. So, lahat po ng mga pinagagagawa ko ng kabataan ko, nag-manifest po siya sa skin ko. So, na-introduce
demo ka?
Yes. So, of course,
that's where you started talking to the public.
Yes. So, doon po na-hone yung marketing, leadership, and sales skills ko. When I was in the corporate, it was my writing, my communication, and my organizational skills that were developed. So, talagang interconnected po yung mga pinagagagawa ko all my life, leading me to one another. So, it's always, parang the way I see it, it's like a bridge, bridging me to the next step for me.
So, that's, then from that the distribution company, naging entrepreneur ka na from there?
Yes, because the distribution business is like you are an independent distributor, so you are an entrepreneur per se. Until I got introduced to the Cash Flow 101 workshop, and from there, of Robert Kiyosaki, and from there, I understood the power of passive income, what it can do to my life.
What is a passive income?
Passive income, it's where money is working for you rather than you working for the money. Yeah, so it's being strategic on how you are investing and using your money. So usually it starts with a business. So yun po talaga siya. So sabi ko, okay, for me to have money work for me and for me to have a regular source of passive income, I have to have another venture, which is into business na nga po. And then I started...
So entrepreneur ka na this time?
Entrepreneur na ako. Pero hindi pa full-blown. Kumbaga parang unti-unti ko pa lang po siyang iniintindi.
But your speaking skills were already there na.
Yes.
Kasi nagkukuhaan ka di ba? Nagde-demo ka sa product.
Nagde-demo, and also sa Cash Flow 101 workshop, I became a regular moderator, or tinatawag po namin na Karma Crew. I don't get paid, but every time may event po, I volunteer to support the other participants. So I'm teaching them the concepts and the principles of the Rich Dad Poor Dad in the Cash Flow 101 workshop, how they can apply this certain principle to their own businesses or ventures. So every month po yon, once a month, ginagawa ko
You
po
took a seminar on that?
What do you mean? Yung
Yung
sa...
sa casual, yung...
Yun po, the first time I attended it, sobrang
Na-absorb mo agad?
na-absorb ko lahat. Naintindihan ko po kaagad. May tinatawag
What
po
does it
kaming rat
entail,
race.
even when, about that kind of what is it all about? I mean,
I think it's about being passionate with everything. Ako po talaga, I'm the kind of person who follows my passion. So, yun po talaga yung one of the things, life hack ko. Passion and fashion, diba? Yun din sa TV show ko. So, once I determine that this is something that can support me, that can help me with whatever goal na meron po ako, talagang binubuhos ko po yung full attention ko, buong energy ko into studying it, understanding it.
that's your life that
Yes,
time.
oo, talagang parang dun ko na po iniikot talaga kung ano yung meron ako. Para po, it can provide better results for me.
What were some of those key strategies or techniques you use to effectively communicate your message and inspire others?
Personal development. I invest a lot in personal development, and even when I was still in the corporate before, I actually enrolled myself to several trainings and programs without my boss knowing about it. So I wasn't waiting for my boss to nominate me for a certain training, or I wasn't even asking the HR, meron bang training na related sa ganito? Because I realized na sobrang kulang yung communication skills ko. I'm not confident in speaking English. I'm not good in writing. Alam mo po yun. I'm not good in math as well. I'm surrounded by economists, statisticians, and accountants. So nag-enroll po ako to UP, Accounting for Non-Accountants. Nag-enroll po ako to Business Writing. Nag-enroll din po ako before sa American English for Non-Americans. Nag-Toastmasters din ako. And I paid for everything because I always believe na all these skills and
Prepared you for everything.
Yes, ako yung makikinabang at the end of the day. Of course, the company would as well because I'm going to be more efficient in what I am doing. But at the end of the day, when I leave the company, dala-dala ko to because it's going to be innate.
And it equipped you
Yes.
for who you are right
Yes,
now.
all my skills and talents at the end of the day, the one person who's going to benefit with it, ako pa rin po talaga.
Now, in the face of challenges and setbacks in your entrepreneurial journey, how do you stay motivated and maintain a positive mindset?
I'm very prayerful, and I always hold it in my heart. I always believe that all the setbacks, all the challenges, all the pains that I am going through, it's preparing me for something, that I'm going to use it eventually. So I'm trying to look at it in the lens of, what can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? Why is this keeps on showing up in my life? Ibig sabihin, may hindi pa akong natututunan dito eh. Kunwari, na-scam ako. Na-scam ulit ako. So,
Ilang beses na-scam?
3.
Oh my God! Kaya naging bankrupt ka, di ba?
So, yung iba naman po yung sa bankruptcy.
Iba, okay. Anyway, I'll go on with the scamming.
So parang sabi ko, wait, pero magkaibang level, magkaibang klase kasi ng scam kasi yun.
Ibang product.
Oo, magkaibang product. So, pero nung nangyari po siya ulit, sabi ko, wait, may mali akong ginagawa dito. Meron akong hindi natututunan pa dito. Why is this happening?
Okay.
So, I'm very intuitive and introspective. So, I would really sit down and would really ask myself, and I would pray to my daddy you, my father God, na tinatawag ko nga po. And I would bakit po ba nagkakaganito? Please help me. And hindi po talaga ako natatakot to show my vulnerability and to allow to share to other people what I am going through. So I think that's one of the things that I also want to impart to other people, that there's strength in being vulnerable, na hindi tayo dapat matakot. Of course, pipiliin lang natin yung mga taong pagkakatiwalaan natin kung ano yung nangyayari sa atin. Kasi some people, when they hear it, baka imarites ka. Some people, when they hear it, they're going to empower you and support you para makabangon ka. So, you have, the power of discernment is actually very important.
Yes.
And malakas po ako sa power of discernment. I know how to discern.
It trained you, it prepared you for everything.
Yes.
Miss Joana, during your challenging and struggling years, was there ever a time that you almost gave up and surrendered because everything was too much to bear?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. When my mother was diagnosed with cancer, this was in 2014, and she passed away 6 months after my wedding. Tapos po, at that time, because of so many bad decisions that I made in terms of my businesses, yun na po yung na-bankrupt ako. Parang iniisip ko, what's going to happen? Ayan. Pero thank God, because sobrang lakas ko lang po talaga siguro kay Daddy yun, na hindi niya po talaga ako binibitawan eh. And then last year, ang nangyari din po because of the pandemic, my businesses, especially the Laurus Enterprises, because live events po kami, so naapektuhan.
Everything stopped.
Yes, stopped. So wala pong sources of income. Mas malaki yung lumalabas kaysa sa pumapasok, wala nga pumapasok halos. So dumating po ako dun sa point na parang pagising ko one day, this was last year, I was asking myself, shucks, is this the end of Laurus Enterprises and me? What's next? Tapos parang gigising ako sa umaga na hindi ko po na alam yung gagawin ko. I felt so lost. And then I kept it to myself because I wanted to still portray that kaya ko to. Alam mo yun, yung toxic positivity na tinatawag na pinapakita ko sa maraming tao na strong ako, even though I'm not, na nagka-crumble na ako inside. Until hindi ko na po kinaya, one day, meron kami pinag-uusapan ng mag-asawa, may sinabi siyang napakaliit na bagay, pero it triggered me.
He knew you were struggling.
No.
Oh?
Yes, because I've always, I didn't want, sabi ko nga sa'yo, I didn't want
You
my
had a
husband
facade.
to worry. I don't want him to worry about me. Because he knew I'm very independent, I'm very strong. Until na-trigger niya ako, may sinabi siyang napakaliit na bagay and I cried. Reverse.
Oh, talaga?
Sobrang nagulat siya na parang, wait, saan ang gagaling yung luha nito? Ang OA naman itong asawa ko. Parang kunwari, kape lang yun eh. Uy, kape lang yan. Sige na,
Hindi mo
ito na yung kape.
shinare. You didn't share it.
That was the time that I had the opportunity to actually tell him na, Han, I think I'm entering the phase of depression. This is too much for me to bear. And I cried and cried and cried for about hours. And so he was trying to console me, but he actually allowed me. Sabi ko, I think this is the moment for me. Yung soul ko was yearning na. Hindi na kaya nung subconscious ko, ng kaluluwa ko, to keep it within me. So lahat talaga ng luha na pinipilit kong itago, lahat nung
Ibinuhos
strength.
mo.
Oo, at that night po. And after crying, doon talaga ako nagkaroon ng renewed strength. Parang I'm a different person after that. So kinabukasan, I was already strategizing. Sinasabi ko na kagad sa sarili ko, okay, Joanna, you always tell yourself, for things to change, you have to change. For things to be different, you have to do things differently. So ano yung different thing that you have to do right now so that you can have a different result? So I went back to my old programming. I looked for programs, for coaches, for trainings that can support me at the time. And luckily, bigla talagang, alam mo yung moment na nag-decide ako na this is enough, okay? I'm in another panis na kanin moment na naman of my life. And this time, I'm going to take control again of my life. I'm not going to allow my circumstances once again, alam mo yon, to ruin me, to stop me.
But you didn't share that to your mom? That time, you didn't share that problem?
No, hindi. Kasi, yun nga, we're not that kind of, tsaka plus, at the time kasi, nung panis na moment namin ng mother ko, I was only 18 years old, at wala pa po ako sa space ng self-growth. And I don't even know the terms. Wala pa po ako yung intention, yung mga ganyan, manifesting. I don't even know those kind of words. Lately ko na lang po na-realize na, visionary pala ako, manifestor pala ako, intentional pala ako. Yung mga ganun, wala sa akin yun.
Now, Miss Joanna, what role does continuous learning and self-improvement play in your business journey?
Oh, a lot. Because all the successes that I am having in whatever business that I have, I attribute it to all the trainings that I took. Mapa leadership, marketing, sales, finance, accountancy, all of these things nagko-contribute yun eh. Because as a business owner, yeah, we can hire the best people, but at the end of the day, you still have to know what they are doing. You still have to direct them. You still have to lead them, right? Otherwise, people can abuse you, or they can do something without you even realizing it, just because you do not understand what they are telling you, what you do not, diba, parang ayun yung trabaho na ginagawa nila, naniniwala ka na, tapos na po yan, okay na po yan. The truth is, hindi naman pala. And maraming business owners na nagkakaroon po ng ganong klaseng struggle just because nga they're not investing in their own self. Parang money, kumbaga parang ang naging puhunan lang nila sa pagsisimula ng isang negosyo is money. But without them realizing it, that the very first person that should be invested dun sa negosyo na yun, ikaw. And that you have to equip yourself. Yes. You have to be not really hands-on because you have the people, but you have to be on top of everything. As a business owner, you are the one visualizing. You have the vision. But how are you going to share that vision to your own team if you cannot even tell them verbally na maayos, ma-relay sa kanila, ito yung gusto nating mangyari, paano tayo pupunta dyan? O bahala ka na. Wala. Hindi pwedeng gano'n.
Now, with your very busy schedule, how do you balance work and personal life?
I have my boundaries.
Oh,
yes.
like?
It's something that I learned along the way that boundary is very important na, okay, before kasi parang pag sinabi mo sa akin, Joanna, punta tayo dito, gawin natin to. Go lang ako ng go. So there were a moment in my married life na talaga na-sacrifice ko din yung quality time for my husband.
Did he complain?
Yeah, in a way. And even on a weekday, talagang nagtatrabaho pa rin ako. And kahit madaling araw, nagtatrabaho pa rin ako until I learned that I have to put a boundary into it. So, talagang, okay, hanggang ganitong oras lang dapat ako magtatrabaho. Tapos, as much as possible, yung weekend ko, hindi ko po yan lalagyan talaga ng trabaho para it's going to be the honey time.
Pero mga events, you cannot
pag mga ganun po, pag mga ganun po, talagang aware na si husband doon. So, ang gagawin ko po, prior the event, talagang may me time kami. The weekend before that, and the weekend after that, kay husband yun, para bumawi ako doon sa weekend na wala ako.
Okay, now, as an entrepreneur, how do you stay innovative and constantly come up with new ideas to drive your business move forward?
I read a lot of books. I attend trainings.
What's the best book you've read about entrepreneurship?
Rich Dad Poor Dad, of course. That's the very first book. Yun talaga yung sa akin nagbaptize sa akin. Also, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, which is, by the way, it's the event that we're going to do come September 9 to 11 in SMX MOA.
Will you guess who?
No, it's going to be a 3-day event po kasi. So, it's an international
among your organizers lang, local?
Local. Bali, dadalhin namin yung speaker po dito. He's a foreigner.
Foreigner,
yes po. Tapos it's an international event po that we're doing here locally.
The usual thing.
The usual. The usual
it's back.
That we do.
The new normal.
Revive. Buhay na buhay. So yun po, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Atomic Habits, also Buddha and the Badass by Vishen Lakiani, James Clear, tapos kung hindi, eto kasi parang for me kasi self-mastery and self-love is so important. So, Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. Those are some of the books that I can think of right now na I love to read over and over.
And you want to share to upstarts.
Yes, Hook Point also. Hook Point is about digital marketing, how to take advantage of the social media right now. It's all about parang getting the attention of the person within the 3 seconds.
What's the title again?
Hook Point.
Hook Point, okay. It's a new one.
It's a recent book, pero few years na rin naman po siya existing. And of course, Finding Me, Viola Davis. So it's
an autobiography.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I was reading Mariah kasi.
Tapos Oprah, of course, the books of Oprah. It's something that you have to read also. Hindi sila business related per se, but they can support you in your journey to entrepreneurship because ang dami talagang nuggets of wisdom.
What does it take to be a successful entrepreneur and motivational speaker?
What does it take? Number one, dapat determine ka, intentional. So, siguro, number one would be, you have to have a vision, where you want to bring your team, where you want to bring your business. Number two, intention. What is the purpose of your business? So, it's not about money per se. Kasi kung pera-pera lang ang dahilan mo at gumagawa ka ng negosyo, then I'm telling you, you are setting yourself for failure sa umpisa pa lang. So, business is never about you, or us as entrepreneurs. It's about the value that we can provide to other people because people would start to support you and patronize your product and services the moment that they understand that you really care for them, that you are creating this business, that you have this product and services because you want to help them elevate their lives, transform their lives, or do something good for them. And the moment na mangyari yun at naintindihan nila that you are caring for them, that the purpose of your existence, the existence of your business is for them, magiging raving fans mo na kagad sila. And it's all about relationship as well. Relationship with your team, relationship with your suppliers, with your vendors, every person that you meet, especially with your clients. Pag ang tingin mo sa kliyente mo, sa buyer mo, pera, nakikita mo sa kanila peso sign or dollar sign, once again, you're setting yourself for failure. But when you look at them and you see them, that this person is going to be with me for a long time because I'm going to provide value to them, everything exchange of value. So, binibili nila kung ano yung nasa negosyo mo, binibigyan ka nila ng pera nila, ikaw ang binibigyan mo naman sila kung ano yung maganda sa product mo. So it's an exchange of value, right? So it's a long-term relationship that you are building around you. And once that happen, oh my gosh, hindi ka mauubusan ng buyers, hindi ka mauubusan ng ng kliyente. And they're going to do the marketing for you. Sila mismo yung maghahatak.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, maghahatak ng mga kaibigan at kakilala nila para suportahan ka. Kasi alam nila na kung ano yung changes and value that you have provided to that person, to them, yun din yung similar value that this person ibibigay mo. Hindi sila mapapahiya na i-recommend ka.
Now, what can you advise someone who wants to be an effective motivational speaker?
Invest in yourself first. I always go back to that. Invest in yourself first. That's the most basic for me. You cannot give what you do not have.
Okay.
Meaning, you cannot be a motivational speaker if you cannot even motivate yourself, right? You cannot talk about love and business and making money if you're not making money yourself, if you're not loving yourself. So, invest in yourself and, you know, look at it in the perspective that this is an investment, a long-term investment. Possibly hindi mo kagad makikita yung resulta eh. But later on, it's going to manifest in your life. Like for me, I invested a long time ago in my communication, in my writing skills. Pero ngayon na lang siya nagma-manifest. Ngayon pa lang ako na-request or parang somebody noticed me na, you know what, you can handle a TV segment. Can you be my host? And this is a long-term dream of mine. But I prepared for it. Nag-enroll ako. Talagang parang tinulungan ko yung sarili ko to have the skills and talents. And then, later on, napansin na. So, hindi siya agad-agad. Hindi mo makukuha kagad yung benefit na gusto mo, but it's going to one day.
One day. Now, since you've invited some international speakers in your events and seminars, who among these motivational speakers and life coaches you admire most and why?
Sige, if I'm going to limit it to the persons that I personally met, international speakers and trainers, I have Gary Vaynerchuk, I have Matthew Hussey, and I have Blair Singer. I personally know them, I personally work with them. So I also work with Robert Kiyosaki, Chris Gardner, Mary Buffett, Peng Joon, and so many others. Mga internationally kilala talaga ng mga thought leaders and speakers and trainers. But the three people po, si Matthew Hussey, si Gary Vaynerchuk, at saka si Blair Singer, I knew them on a very personal level and iba po talaga yung genuineness nila. Who you see in front of the camera and in front of the stage is the person that they are, even if hindi na po nag-roll ang camera. Yes. So, nandoon talaga yung genuine desire po nila na tumulong sa maraming tao.
Yeah. You mentioned Chris Gardner. Will you write your memoir in the future?
As an ambitious person that I am, isa po talaga sa nasa vision board ko is to become an author.
Oh, okay. And will you do it into film? Also, your life story?
Ba't ako goosebumps? Pag goosebumps po ako, parang may indication na mangyayari. If somebody would see that my story is worth mailagay sa film, then I'm open.
Wow. How about a TV show? Maybe.
Of my own? Katulad sa nasa press con, no? Sige po.
Your life story, ipapalabas sa TV, okay lang sa'yo?
Yes po. Pwede naman po. Basta
inspiring
ano lang po.
Naman, di ba?
Oo. Basta, ayun po. Yeah, I think that would be nice po kung mas marami pong makakaalam ng story ko kasi yun naman po talagang ina-advocate ko also na for people to be empowered by my own story.
Okay, now, you took fashion designing. Why? Hindi ba tama yung pinaggagawa mo sa buhay mo?
Actually, it's the fashion design decision po last year that bridged me or catapulted into this. Kasi because of the fashion design po, the decision ko, doon ko nakilala si Direk JG.
Okay.
When I launched my own fashion brand in Okada Hotel last year, October 13, 2022. Bata pa lang po kasi talaga ako, mahilig na ako manamit. Kahit na wala naman po akong paggagayahan, yung nakikita ko lang sa television. But I always saw myself na po, even at a very young age, na nagsusuot po ako ng mga gusto kong damit. I'm carrying a certain brand of
Pero
bag.
hindi ka nag-try maging model, fashion model?
I wanted to be a model before when I was young, pero never kasi nagkaroon ng opportunity. Kasi hindi naman ako nagpupunta po kami ng, hindi kami nagpupuntang mall, o walang ganun. Nakastock po ako dun sa meron kaming lugar. So, walang chance na may makadiscover, may makakita sa akin. When I was 19, I think, in Santa Mesa, one day may lumapit po sa akin na parang nagmo-model, nag-i-scout nga raw po siya sa model, pero natakot ako kasi sabi ko, totoo bang model-modelan to? Parang ganyan. So, hindi ko po sineryoso. Ayun.
Nag-regret ka?
No. Hindi ko po siya ni-regret because sabi ko nga, if it's something for me, it's going to happen.
Okay. How are you as a fashion designer?
Nako, I'm still a newbie.
Okay.
As in, I'm still learning the rope. I still have a lot to eat, to learn everything. And nakakahiyaman pong sabihin, alam mo yan, parang pag chine-check ng mga professors ko sa Fashion Institute of the Philippines, Ortigas, sasabihin nila, you can do more.
Pero at least nakapag-launch ka na yung fashion show. All your collection?
All my collection.
Really? How many pieces?
I did 13 pieces, 15 pieces women, tapos po 13 pieces men. Tapos po, meron ako mga designer affirmation shirts. So these are the shirts that says about the power of I am. I'm a believer of I am. Kasi diba, it has a spiritual charge into it. Whatever you attach into the word I am, you become. So that's why I am Funtabulous. So it's an affirmation by itself, yung pangalan ng company, ng brand. So yun po. So I think all in all po, 30 pieces.
Ilang buwan mong pinagtrabahuan?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
I have the support of so many people po.
Mananahi mo, syempre.
Nakahanap
But the
ako.
designs?
The design, I did it po ng parang inabot ako ng week. Nag-start ako ng 11 p.m. ng Friday, natapos ako ng 7 a.m., natulog ako, gumising ako 11 a.m., nagising ulit ako, natapos ako ng 4. By 4 p.m., sinabit ko na po siya dun sa mananahi na kinokontak ko at the time.
How about the fabric?
The fabric, rin po, parang pinag-usapan namin, parang sila na rin yung nagsasadya sa akin. Hindi rin po. So, but thank God, at the time po, nakakilala ako ng isang tao who was willing to take me in, despite the very limited time that we have. Sobrang crunch And sabi ko nga nung time na yun, oh my gosh, parang ano kayong gagawin ko? May mga press na darating, tapos walang brand na ilalabas. Tokis na lang ba tayo? Pero thank God we were able to pull it through the support of so many people. Tito Larry Asistin, Bench Bello, John Guarnes, Attorney Maggie of Fame Foundation, and they are also behind the Manila International Fashion Week. Tito Dave Ocampo, inano niya ako, binaptize niya ako as a fashion designer, and I am now a legitimate member of Designer Circle of the Philippines.
DCP,
And then, saka lang po ako nag-enroll sa Fashion Institute of the Philippines to actually understand yung technicality po of being a fashion designer. So, nag-aral po talaga ako.
Ano mga klaseng clothes do you love designing?
Kasi ano po ako I love power dressing.
So, executive clothes.
Yes, executive clothes. And also, I love going out over the
Haute
weekend.
couture?
Yeah, hindi pa po ako nag-haute couture.
Okay. So, mga
more on
RTWs.
Resorts wear. At saka more on, this one I call is Smart and Trip collection. Smart are the clothes that you can wear in a corporate setup when you are meeting somebody. And also the Trip collections, these are the kinds of clothes that you can wear when you go out of town, you go malling, or you just want to have a fun time, even as a mall. Yes. Nandoon yung nandoon yung power into it. Na parang
Power
when you wear
dressing?
it, when you wear it, immediately you feel so much confident within you na talagang pag naglakad ka, ibang-iba yung ini-exude mo na confidence.
Okay. And how fashionable are you?
good enough. I don't want to be claiming. Pero maarte na talaga po ako. I'm very particular with the clothes. And even when I was...
But do you prefer local or foreign brands?
Both.
Both, okay.
Yes, both. Ano po kasi, hindi naman ako brand conscious in a way. Basta nakita ko po na maganda.
Do you support buy local? Do you support?
As much as I could.
Okay.
As much as I could. Yeah.
What is fashion for you?
Fashion is our opportunity to express ourselves confidently and fantabulously. Fashion is our means to also tell other people who we are and what value we have. So that's why I always believe na regardless of the situation, regardless of the setup, kahit nag-work from home ka lang at umattend ka ng Zoom meeting, showing up your best and the best attire that you could is one parang hack that you would want to have in your life because talagang nagtatransform yun eh. Plus, of course, how you see yourself, the clothes that you are wearing, it's going to, parang translate also on how other people are going to see you. And it has always been one of my life hacks all this time na kahit nasa squatters area po ako at wala naman ako masyadong pera pambili ng mga magagarang damit, nag-uukay-ukay pa nga ako before at palengke
ngayon,
ng
hindi
mga
na.
suot ko. Hindi na. Thank God. Ayan. So, pero when people see me, they would never even believe that I live in the squatters area back then. Hindi sa wala pong yabang, no? Pero parang pag sinasabi ko na nasa squatters area po ako nakatira nung mga panahon na yon, wala pong gustong maniwala because nga the way I exude, parang the way I show myself, parang hindi talaga pang squat. And that's what I also want to share to a lot of people. Kasi nasasaktan po ako pag sinasabi ng mga tao na napaka-squammy naman niya, galing kasing squatters, alam mo yun, na parang hopefully, through my message, I hope na magkaroon ng change kung paano natin tinitingnan ng mga taong nasa squatters. Kasi maybe based on your own experience, I understand and of course, I respect that kung bakit ka nagkakaroon ng ganong klaseng impression against people living in the slums, diba? Kasi it's coming from something, right? But I hope one day na makita mo yung mga squatters area in a different light. Kasi everything is energy. So, the kind of energy that you are exuding, that you are sharing to other people, yun din yung napipick up eh. So, kung hindi ka naniniwala dito sa tao na to na kaya niyang mapaganda at mabago ang buhay niya, then, alam mo yan, tapos ganun din yung tao, hindi rin siya naniniwala sa sarili niya. So, walang mangyayari.
Now, you have a fashion label or brand, I Am Funtabulous. Where do you display your collection?
Right now, online pa lang. Tapos,
so you have no shop?
I don't have a shop yet.
What if someone will ask you, can you design something for me for a particular event?
For now po, to be honest, kasi yung energy ko po right now, nandoon ako sa events ko muna. I'm reviving the company po kasi. So, and it takes a lot of time and effort also kasi we're building up from the ground eh. And then ngayon nga po, pumasok na rin yung opportunity to host a TV segment under Circle of Influencers, right? So ngayon din po, medyo na-channel din po yung energy ko right now. So yung dalawang business ko po, thank God, yung sa health and wellness ko, I have a business partner, in a way, my mentor. He's supporting me naman doon. So medyo nag-step back ako a little bit. Little bit lang. So medyo ngayon, si Funtabulous, sa I Am Funtabulous po yung medyo, hindi ko po talaga muna naaasikaso. But I'm aiming na maibalik ko po yung energy this July or August po kay Funtabulous.
Talaga? Magbutayo ka ng sarili mong shop? Open ka ng sarili
Hindi ko
mong
pa
shop?
po nakikita yung shops eh. Pero honestly, sabi ko nga, at the age 47, what I'm seeing is that there's going to be boutiques na I Am Funtabulous by Joana Marie. Locally and abroad.
Wow! God, exciting. Now, briefly talk about your health and wellness business. What is it all about?
Yeah, I'm an independent distributor po of a company called Prive International, and they have this product called iTerracare. So it's a blower, or what we call it wand. So hindi ko po dala. So it's a blower po that what it does, so it emits terahertz frequency. Good
for what? That's good for.
So Ang ginagawa po kasi talaga niya, ang main function niya, ine-energize niya lahat ng dormant cells, pinoprotektahan lahat ng good cells in your body, and it eliminates all the bad cells. So once you are doing it, blowing it within your body, because we're made up of cells, right? So nagkakaroon po ng healing process within. So napapabilis po niya yung healing ability ng katawan mo. So that's why so many users of this one here and abroad are testifying na because of the blower of the Care, yes. Napagaling yung cancer, kung ano-ano man pong karamdaman. And even my sister, my own sister, she was paralyzed 4 years ago due to stroke. And when this was introduced to me, ginamit po namin sa kanya, 15 minutes na igalaw po niya yung paralyzed hand niya na never niyang nandun po siya sa personal account ko. Ginawa ko po siyang story, tapos po 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, na igalaw din po niya yung left leg niya. And then, yung pinaka-amazing po, total of 30 minutes all in all, after po namin i-blower yung katawan niya, bigla po siyang bumangon from the bed on her own, which she couldn't do for the past 4 years. And then, a few weeks ago, we met again. Pinakita niya sa akin na kaya na niya maghugas ng pinggan. Sinusuportahan. Dati kasi hindi talaga, dahil ito lang yung kumikilos. So ngayon medyo yung kamay niya na igaganyan naman na niya. Paralyzed pa rin po, pero little by little she's getting there. Nakakaligo na rin daw po siya on her own. Nabibihisa na rin po niya yung sarili niya on her own. So nabawasan na po yung feeling na kailangan siyang alagaan all the time because of her condition. And that for me, yun po yung nag-decide. Doon ako na parang sabi ko, you know what, this product is amazing. And then pinagamit ko to another tita na semi-paralyzed din, sa tito ko na may Parkinson's, other friend na nadula sa CR, lola na nadula sa CR, na igalaw din niya bigla yung leg niya. Tapos yung isang lola na parang hindi na niya maitaas to for the past 74 years kasi paralyzed siya since she was 13. Teenager pa lang. Bigla po niya naitaas ng mas mataas. And iba talaga yung naging smile niya kasi noong una nakasimangot siya sa akin eh. Pero after po namin ng 30 minutes na ginamit yung wand, nakangiti na po siya sa akin. I have another friend, his dad, paralyzed din po due to stroke last year. Kinuwento niya po sa akin last time pinakita niya, the dad is already driving the car once again. The mom is diabetic, and then parang nagkaroon na ng problema sa paa because of the diabetes, na igagalaw na yung paa ngayon. So this kind of stories that made me decide na, you know what, I want to do this business because sabi ko nga po whatever the vehicle, as long as I'm going to provide hope, joy and empowerment, I'm going to do it.
Oh, that's good. So, focus ka rin dyan.
Yes po. Ano po, anything that I do, I always make sure that they are aligned with my personal mission.
Okay, now, let's go. Your TV show.
Yes po.
So, what's the best thing you've learned so far in your journey up to this point?
Believing in myself.
Okay.
People would start believing me the moment that I believe in myself. They would never see me the way that I want them to see until I see myself that way too.
Then why a TV show? Why TV hosting?
TV hosting, bata pa po kasi talaga ako. Pangarap ko nang makita yung sarili ko sa television. Sabi ko, I wanna be famous. Pero at that time, sabi ko, paano? Hindi ko alam. So, it's a dream that has been sleeping for a very, very, very long time. Kasama po ng fashion designer dream goal ko. Until direct JG messaged me na yun nga, kung nag-host daw ba ako. So I shared to him that I do, kasi ako po yung nag-host ng podcast namin, tsaka ng mga FB lives namin sa sarili kong business. And of course, this is my own community, so it was okay.
It was online selling din pala, your business.
Ay, ano po, kasi nung nagka-pandemic po, ang nangyari, ang ginawa po namin, to support the community, to provide empowerment to them po, and continue to inspire them. Nagigest po kami ng mga different people who have nice story as well. So kami po ng business partner ko na si Jerome yung nag-host noon.
Nag-live stream kayo.
Yes.
With all your products.
Yes, so that's what I've been doing since the pandemic. So doon din po nag-start na mahasa ako talking publicly ng ganito. So yun po, doon nag-umpisa yun. Tapos pinakita ko kay Direct JG, tapos sabi nga niya, napanood niya po kasi ako sa Okada during my launch because he was there. And na-amaze nga raw po siya sa akin at that time when I was answering the press. Na parang sabi niya, wala siyang script no? Kasi impromptu lahat ng tanong ng press. Pero nasasagot ko po kaagad. And the press at that time, nagustuhan naman po nila, nakikita ko naman po, nag-enjoy sila. So yun, that's when the time that Direct JG wanted to talk to me, nung nagkaroon na nga po ng opportunity na magkaroon ng TV segment. So why TV? We're all, most of us are visual people, right? And television has been very instrumental to a lot of people in sharing whatever it is that they want to share to a lot of people. So television is a good platform for me to spread the message of hope, joy, and empowerment, to also encourage people to take inspired, aligned action. And that would only happen when they already made a decision on who they want to be. Sino ba sila? Or pag nasagot na nila yung tanong na, who am I? Right? And that's what I want to impart to a lot of people po, na once they see me, they would always be reminded na to become intentional, to start believing in themselves, and come from the space of wanting to help others. Kasi the more that you help others, little by little, hindi mo nare-realize, mas malaki yung pumapasok na benefits sa'yo.
Your show is very inspiring, motivational, and talagang benefited ang mga people who really are in need of something, right? Pero the landscape of TV viewing nowadays nagbago because of the pandemic. More into Netflix, HBO. What happened to the entertainment value of your show?
Entertainment value, I believe it would come kasi there's the passion and the fashion. And the segment is actually around 15 minutes dedicated to the interview of my guest po. So, parang we're making sure that all the entire conversation with my episode guest at that time, it's going to provide inspiration and empower them to do something about their own lives as well. So, hindi po siya entertainment na may mga kumakanta, may sumasayaw. Entertainment siya in a way na hindi po kasi magiging boring yung entire conversation natin. That you're going to be hooked. Why? Because the person na nakikita mo po in front of you, these are ordinary people like you who were able to make extraordinary things in their lives.
So that's the determinant value of everything, of your show. Now, what are your strengths in conveying your message on TV?
My strength, I have the gift of gab. So sabi ng mga friends ko, napaka-articulate mo na. Dati kasi di ko talaga tinitake po eh. Dati po pala, mahina ako sa pag-take ng compliment.
Bakit kaya?
Limiting beliefs. I don't believe in myself. So,
insecurities?
Yes. And then of course my background and all, until I accepted myself and until I realized na hindi po pwedeng ganun. Otherwise, alam mo yun.
Yun ang nag-motivate sa iyo to be a better person.
Opo, sayang lahat ng skills and talents and beauty and charm and wisdom and intellect that my Father God is giving me kung hindi ko po siya i-embrace, right? So, I'm very, I'm very determined. And when I want to do something, I'm very focused and I make sure that whatever it is that I'm doing, magkakaroon po siya ng magandang result. Yan po. So, and I also, I'm really good in creating relationships with everybody around me. So, hindi po siya intentional.
There's a rapport between you and
so hindi po siya intentional na, kailangan ko i-friend to kasi pwede ko siyang i-guess later.
Hindi half-baked.
So, yan po. Pero, po talaga, I always have this genuine desire na magkaroon po talaga ng friendship and relationship. And asset ko po yung pagiging extrovert ko.
Naging advantage sa iyo yun.
Yes.
Now, why should people watch your TV show?
They should watch, you should watch my TV show. It's because this is the TV show wherein you are going to learn a lot of life hacks coming from the people that I'm going to interview in the show. So they are coming from different backgrounds. So there would be entrepreneurs, authors, speakers, trainers, coaches, hopefully fashion designers, beauty queens. And we're going to talk about who they are and what they did differently that gave them a different, super magandang result in their life na po possible magamit mo. Kasi parang one time or one point in their life, these people are just ordinary, just like you. Pero meron silang ginawang kakaiba, kaya sila naging extraordinary.
Ordinary.
So yun yung kailangan mo abangan. Kung itong CPA na to, naging entrepreneur at naging business tycoon, so if you are a CPA or CPA as well, nangangarap ka na magkaroon ka ng sarili mong negosyo and be a business tycoon, kunwari.
Watch my TV show.
Oo, panoorin mo yung episode na to. Or you are an OFW.
Yes.
Na parang nangangarap ka na marespeto ka, gain the respect of the people around you as an OFW and you are getting paid lots and lots of money. Then you should watch one of these episodes kasi meron akong OFW na guest na sobrang nire-respeto sa field niya. But she went back to the Philippines to provide value to fellow Filipinos. Yun po. Those are some of the stories that I have.
Now, as you have mentioned that you want to be the Oprah Winfrey in the Philippines. Why Oprah?
I believe po kasi in a way, sobrang dami sa story ni Oprah, ang magkapareho po kami. She came also from poverty, right? But in a way, siya lumaki kasi sa lola. Ako naman, lumaki pa rin naman ako sa magulang ko. But she was, poverty was around her growing up. But she didn't allow that to actually ma-stop siya sa pangarap niya.
Success,
Yes, and of course yung wisdom niya and yung gift of gab niya, kakaiba din po talaga yung charm na meron siya
And she reads a lot.
Yes, yun pa, napakatalinong tao. Right? So I want to emulate her in such a way na I want to also read lots of books just like her and meet lots of wonderful people na katulad ng mga nami-meet niya and provide service and value to other people through the people na nakikilala ko din po.
Your dream interviewee?
Saglit. Katulad po ng sinabi ko sa press con, I think number 1 on my list would be Manny Villar.
Why?
He came also from poverty.
Okay.
Yes. So halos same background, parang ganyan. Although super layo pa po niya kasi billion na siya talaga.
You're on your way.
Yes.
Now, Miss Joana, in 3 words, how would you describe yourself, your younger self?
My younger self, she's a visionary. She's loving. And she's determined.
And in 3 words, how would you describe Joana Marie now?
She's still a visionary. She's faithful. And she's gifted.
Okay. You mentioned that you're not religious, but you're spiritual.
Yes.
Explain a little.
Religion, kasi this is my personal take about this, okay? Being religious kasi, your faith is more attached to the religion per se.
Okay.
So that's the way I see it, okay? For me, being spiritual is that regardless of the religion that you and I have, yes, it's about the personal relationship with our own divine creator. So if you're going to tell me na naniniwala ka kay ganito, kay Jesus, kay Allah, kay Buddha, I'm respecting you for whatever faith and belief that you have with your own divine creator. Kasi that is something that is too personal para sa akin. Yan po.
Now, on that note, please invite everyone to watch your new upcoming TV show.
Yes.
And maybe your activities, your plans, your future endeavors, or your social media platforms. How to
Sige
follow
po.
you. Okay.
All right. First and foremost, thank you so much for watching up until this very moment. I hope that I am able to provide something of value to you through this episode with Mario. And I am inviting you to please watch out for my upcoming TV segment under Circle of Influencers called A Journey with JoanaMarie, wherein my guest is going to be will be sharing about their own passion and fashion, and this will be aired starting July 8, 2023 via lighttv, God's Channel of Blessings, every Saturday po ito. So it's going to run until September 30.
Okay.
Yeah. So may I also invite them to the upcoming? Yeah.
Sure, please.
So if you've heard of Florus Enterprises, or even if you haven't, We're back. We're doing live events once again, and we're bringing back all these world-class events that we used to do prior to the pandemic. And this coming September 9 to 11, we're bringing back Millionaire Mind Intensive by T. Harv Eker. If you want to learn about your own money habits, and if you want to develop the winning money habit within you, because we always believe that your roots create your fruits. What's inside, that is going to be the result that you're going to have on the outside. So come and join us in the Millionaire Mind Intensive. Let's allow us to help you develop new habits within you so that you can have the success financially that you've always wanted to have in your entire life. Once again, it's going to happen September 9 to 11, 2023 at SMX Mall of Asia. Yan. Please follow me. We have our Facebook page, AJourneywithJoanaMarie. My personal account naman po is Joana Marie D. Lazaro. I'm also on YouTube. Joana Marie po ang aking handle. Yan.
With that, thank you very much, Miss Joana Marie, and good luck to your upcoming endeavors and more shows to come.
Yes.
Thank you, and more power.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
At this point, we would like to thank some generous friends. To Mr. Eugene Yap, the General Manager of Bayview Park Hotel, Manila, your home by the bay. And to Miss Vernie Galang, the Sales and Marketing Director, and to her assistant, Miss Shannon Sornes. And to GIA Soap Making based in Davao, thank you very much. And to Olga and Fritzi of Nes Astilla Salon, who has 3 branches in Metro Manila. And to a good friend of mine, Arthur Catibog, now based in Italy, thank you for your support. Till next week, as we bring you more inspiring and uplifting stories, only here on Klik Celebrity Corner.